Hello, how's it going? So I got a comment on my video yesterday asking how I do my music player block in dwmblocks here, and I figured since that's far from the first comment I've gotten asking, I should just finally do a video about it. It actually does more than just show artist title, so first of all I can middle click to play pause, and second of all it actually also shows when I unpause this video in Firefox here, it shows the title of the video, and this happens to be a YouTube video, but any of the Empress data that Firefox feeds is readable, because I am actually using playerctl here, since that reads Empress data and allows you to control players from the command line. So anything that actually supports Empress will work with this. If you happen to be using a player that does not support Empress, you could, swap this out for something like MPC if you were using MPD, etc. Anyways, so this is, essentially what you would expect, right? You just control the player from the command line. I can do like playerctl, player equals true music, status, and it's going to show, alright, it's playing right now. I could pause it, and now it's going to show paused. I can actually just do play pause, and that'll toggle the current state. And I can do metadata artist, for example, and that'll give the artist name. And you can do other stuff like change song position or next previous, change volume level, change loop or shuffle, etc. So that is the main thing that I'm using here. And let me actually send this music player away so we can look at what's going on. So I'm going to go over the script first, and then I'll go over the playerctl loop, which I'm also using, which is sort of pretty needed, but I'll go over that after I go over the full script. So the first thing I'm doing is just defining the music player and browser so I can have them in one convenient place in case I ever switch them. Then I just want to get the browser playing status and the music player playing status. So if the music player status is playing, logical and, then the icon should be the music notes. And yes, I know the emoji displays differently. And logical or, so if it is not playing, anything other than playing, so either paused or stopped, it's going to show the pause icon, which is actually not a real pause icon, it's just 2 bars, but I like the look of that better. I think it looks better. Anyways, so that's the first thing to do. The next thing is this big if block here, checking to see whether the browser is playing, because I actually want the browser to take precedence over the music player. So if I have this music playing right now, but I go to unpause this YouTube video, I want the YouTube video to show up on top. Since in a rare case I might actually have a YouTube video playing at the same time as I have music playing. So I want the YouTube video or whatever video is playing from the browser on top. And then I can middle click to pause that, and then still middle click to pause the music. So that is why I have this organized the way I do. If you wanted to, go switch it up, and of course you can get this on my GitHub as usual, but if you wanted to swap that, you could literally just swap the order these are in or change it around like that. The next thing I want to do is define the player as the browser. So the current player being used, I want it to be the browser. So that way when I get to doing the block button definitions later, it will apply these to the correct player. Later on I have the playerctl commands to do the play pause and stuff, but the next thing I want to do is get the title for the currently playing whatever, video or whatever's playing. So just playerctl, player is going to be the browser, metadata, and then get the title. And here's where I'm actually making if you saw the 3 dots here and it's truncating the title, that's what's happening here. So if the title is greater than 25 characters, and I'm just using this pound sign to check the length of the variable title. So if that is greater than 25 characters, logical and, then trim it to between 0 and the 0th character and the 25th character. And this is actually a way easier way to do this than like using, I don't know, tail or cut or whatever, because it's just directly in the shell. You can just trim the variable directly in the shell, and then I just add the 3 dots after. So I don't know if it's the best way to do it to actually redefine title as having title in it still. If you happen to know a better way to do that, let me know, but this works well enough, so I've left it. I guess you could kind of say this about this whole script. It's a little bit jank, but it does the job. Anyways, if the browser is not currently playing, then the player is going to be the music player. I'm gonna get artist and title metadata the same way. The little dash between artist dash song title, the dash is actually part of the artist. I just have space dash since I don't really want to bother redefining that elsewhere. And then the title, metadata title. And I'm doing the same thing with both of them and just checking if they're going to be over 17 characters long. I guess 17 is kind of an arbitrary number. But that was what I thought looked best. So I just don't want the title, you know, going off the screen, and I want it a little bit less than like the video title one since you have both artist and song there. So anyways, that's the end of that if statement, and the second to last part here is just the block button setup. Now, I'm not going to re-explain how dwmblocks actually works because I made a full video about it, so I will just link that video and put it in the info card thing. So if you don't understand how dwmblocks works, you can watch that video for a full explanation, but the TLDR of it is that I can, you know, click or right click or middle click and have it execute a command. And it's just a patch for DWM that allows that. So the first thing I have is just left click and that'll open the player. So whatever the current player is, so either the music player if it's playing music or the browser if I have a video playing. A middle click is just going to player pause the current player. A right click is going to open Pulse Mixer and scroll up and down for volume change on the current player. I previously was thinking about having a song change with like side mouse buttons, but I also sort of, I figured I don't really need that since I just have key binds for song change, so I don't really need, you know, more binds for that. And then lastly, if I want to edit the current configuration, I can shift right click or shift left click to open either dwmblocks configuration or the current script I'm on. And the last thing here is just echoing the icon, the artist, and the title. The artist is just not going to get displayed if the browser's playing, just because I did not define an artist anywhere in this part of the if statement. So that's why there is no, you know, blank section. It's just going to display icon and title if the browser's playing something. Anyways, so onto this playerctl loop that I was talking about is needed here. So the reason I have this is that so when the player logically gets to the end of the song, or there is, for whatever reason, a change in title, it will automatically update dwmblocks. And this is a way better way to do it than having it update every second, for example. You know, if I wanted it to be, I guess, quote, responsive, the first, like, thought process would probably be, okay, make it update every second, right? Because who knows when the song is going to finish. But that's unfortunately kind of a way more resource-intensive way to do it. This is actually a far better way, and I have to say full credit to Luke Smith for this idea. He did this with MPD and MPC a long time ago, so this is 100% his idea to just have the process kill for dwmblocks, but essentially what this is doing is just checking, okay, for example, term music, if the title changes, on that change, send a custom kill signal to dwmblocks, so that way it will only update when there's actually a need for it to update, and I have the update interval in dwmblocks for that just set as 0, and then the custom update signal, and then break. And break is just, you know, logical or break, so if nothing is happening, just don't do anything. And same thing for Firefox. So that is why I have this playerctl loop. There's a couple other ways to accomplish the same thing. So, for example, if you were using like Ncurse's music player, right, that has the ability to execute something on song change. So you could execute this kill command on song change, and then that would essentially accomplish the same thing. So I think it's just a question of how you want to accomplish dwmblocks updating if you're using dwmblocks. But this is the way that I've found works, and yeah, like I said, credit to Luke for this idea. If you have, you know, a way smarter way to do this, then let me know, and likewise, if you have a way smarter way to do anything with this script, feel free to let me know, but I hope you enjoyed the script, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!